Welcome to Finance 397, Trident University, Module 1, Understanding Household Cash Flow and Developing a Personal Household Budget, SLP1. So we'll be reviewing the SLP1 in this presentation. So for the SLP1 assignment, we want you to use the information and understanding of your income and expenses of the terms for your income and expenses that you developed from completing the Module 1 case, that paper that you wrote. You want to use that and you want to use the cash flow budget template to develop a personal cash flow estimate, a personal cash flow statement, and a personal household budget. So you're going to develop three documents. When you consider your take-home income and subtract all your expenses, the money left over is your disposable income. So a well-managed budget will result in your disposable income equaling 5 to 10% of your total take-home income. So if you make $6,000 a month, your disposable income should be between $300 and or between between $300 and $600, right? At a minimum. So, for example, if you earn $10,000, if you earn $30,000 a year and you spend $28,500 to pay all your bills, you have $1,500 left over, right? $1,500 left over for the year. Then, if you divide your disposable income by your total income, the result is that your disposable income is 5% of your total take-home income. So here's the calculation. 30,000, that's how much you make a year after taxes, right? A lot of us make, 30,000 after taxes because that's like 40 or 50,000 pre-tax. 30,000 minus 28.5 is 1,500. Your income minus your expenses is your disposable income. That's the money that's left over. 1,500 over 30,000 is, over 30,000 is 5%, right? 5%, your disposable income is 5% of your total income. All right, so the process of gathering data for your monthly total take-home income and gathering data for your monthly total expenses is done over the period of 1 month. In this case, you will submit an estimate of your income and expenses in your Module 1 SLP, and then over the next month, you will gather the actual data. After gathering the data, you will develop a personal household cash flow statement, and you will develop a personal household budget, and these two statements will be submitted for the Module 3 SLP. So your personal household cash flow statement, your personal household budget, you don't need to submit those until your Module 3 SLP. Each of these three statements in the SLP should be generated using the cash flow budget template. Okay, so you're probably wondering by now, like, what do I need to do for this assignment? And so your Module 1 SLP, the only thing you need to turn in with your Module 1 is to complete and upload an estimate of your personal cash flow statement. So you guess how much you make a month. Maybe look at your bank statement for the last month. See how much your paychecks were, any rent you have coming in, rental properties, any interest income, whatever. If you have any recent credit card statements, bills, cable, power, etc., and recent pay data, use them, right? So for all other items, make an estimate, and then upload your estimate of your personal cash flow to your SLP1 Dropbox. Steps 2 and 3 are going to take a full month to complete. They are due with your Module 3 SLP, but you must start now. So second, you want to print a blank personal cash flow statement. And over the next month, record your actual items and amounts of your income expenses as they occur. After 1 month, you should have an accurate accounting of all your income and expenses. So after 1 month, you should have an accurate accounting of everything. Thirdly, you want to complete the actual personal cash flow statement, review the statement, and identify areas of the statement where you could improve. So, stop spending the $200 a month on scratch-off tickets. I'm just kidding. Those kind of things. Stop going out to eat at a nice restaurant every week. And then you want to use the actual data from your personal cash flow statement to develop a budget that will bring your disposable income to 5 to 10% of your take-home income. If you have a lot of payments it may be difficult to achieve the 5% to 10% disposable income in your budget. Your disposable income percent will not affect your grade on the budget worksheet. Your grade will be dependent upon your thoroughness of the budget. So yeah, make sure you capture all your expenses. Don't leave out stuff like food or like obvious things, like rent, utilities, that kind of thing. Another thing is the actual budget. You don't have to turn in a lot of stuff for your module one. You just have to turn in your estimated budget. Your estimated cash flow statement. Not even an estimated budget, just an estimated cash flow statement. But then for module three, you're going to prepare a actual personal cash flow statement, and then eventually you'll use that in a later module to prepare a budget. So that's what you need to do for module one. Okay, so the assignment expectations for the SLP1 are just to complete your personal cash flow estimate using your bank statements, using your estimate of how much you spend a month and your income, and complete that template and then upload it into the Module 1 Dropbox. The template is available in the Case 1 materials on MyTLC in your online course website. The following steps, you need to complete these additional steps. Now, you don't need to turn anything else in. You just need to turn in your cash flow statement, but you should begin tracking your actual expenses for the next month, and that way when you get to your SLP3, you'll be able to turn in your actual cash flow statement and your actual personal budget. So you want to start thinking about a budgeted cash flow statement. Now, cash flow statement is how much you make, your net income, how much you spend over the next month. Your budget is how much would you like to spend? So that once you get that cash flow statement done, take a look to how much would I like to allocate my income to various things. So let's say you make $6,000 a month and you spend $4,000 a month, and you have $2,000 a month of $2,000 a month of disposable income. Maybe I want to put $300 a month in my rainy day fund. I want to put $400 a month in my health savings account to get a tax write-off and save some money for healthcare, and then I want to put the additional $1,300 a month in my retirement plan. So you can do that. I mean, or you can spend it on something fun. Budget to save for a cruise, budget to save for a vacation, right? If you have an $8,000 cruise you want to take with your whole family, you can save $650 a month or $700 a month for that. And then take that next year. So you can budget the money for whatever you want, but just try to once you have your cash flow. Cash flow is what's actually happening to your money. Budget is it's what's actually happening to your money, what you expect to happen to your money over the next month, and then what you're going to do with what's left over. The budgeting for everything, the extra income. What am I going to do with that? So that's the difference. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and thank you very much. That's the SLP1.